Hello everybody, it's JB's 9F Evening Star Emporium back again, and today I've been customizing some of my some more models, and so this is going to be like not a very big update. I mean, it's just going to be like showing you off most of the ones that have a lot of whole detail in them. Sorry about that. There are some that modifications on them that didn't turn out quite good, but oh well. As you know, I like to detail my detail stuff that needs more, but in other ways, I did some last February, and some of them I was just rambling, like it was just like not something big, very constructive, but nonetheless, I think. Oh, sorry, hi. Sorry, I had to do that. But anyways, let's begin. Also, you see those side rods there? Those are just like the scrap dressing that I used. I took them off my old Tomi Edward I will talk about in a minute. But anyways, let's go on to the first custom then, shall we? Modification custom. It's Tomi Thomas with an updated white running board and some red lining added. Now, this Thomas is still a work in progress. I used acrylic paints for all these customs, either way, except for one that I used Sharpie for. I used acrylic paints for most of them, but they're gonna... Actually, I'm not gonna show these on screen, but the running board was a painted white acrylic, and the red lining was done using a deep red. But I was only able to accomplish 2 of the red lines. Even though I'm not trying to make, I was trying to make it look like how it looked in Plarail. I'm trying to just go off the aesthetics a bit, and I even detailed his lamp. There is some red still visible on the front, as you can tell. That lamp, I'm also gonna paint the middle a bit yellow, so he's got a what Plarail did, and I'll try and someday come along finish the red stripes if I can. So that was basically just a short modification. Let's go on to the next model. This next engine is one I've just finished. This is the last one. It's Percy. As you can tell, he's still a work in progress. I try to make his... I gave him a white running board as well, not much to it, except I gave him a bit too much on that middle lamp line, which is still a bit too much. Oh, as you can tell, I think the paint was still drying. I think maybe I need to, like, think carefully. I think I need to use masking tape for these. I did use masking tape for Thomas as well, but I think that was just a little bit messed up for Percy. So I think someday I'll come along and paint his stripes red, and then that little area black, as well as his lamp irons, and I think that's it really for the Percy. Let's go on to our next one, which is Edward. The only thing that's different about this Edward is I gave him a red tender buffer beam to match the one as his Plarail model, although it's not really the correct red shade, although I can live with it for the time being. If I do ever get any more red paint, I might as well touch it up a bit, but I tend to be a bit too quick for like painting the models, you know. I still need to give him a white running board and the red linings and silver handrails, so he looks complete. Don't know about the coal load, but that's another story. So just a quick and easy show off. But even though I lost my Edward's tender from my childhood, which is a shame. And now here's Trevor. The only thing that's different about him is a few of his spokes are painted black. I was trying to accomplish them, but however, some of the paint just kept fading away, and I really need to figure out what type of marker to use for the spokes next time. So if you know, please let me know. Please do. Sorry. Okay. This next one is going to be a little bit different, as it's going to be a Hornby Mo. It's a Hornby Stepney. My Hornby Stepney, which it's a bit bright, you can tell. I gave him a silver buffers from a silver Sharpie and painted his whistle gold, although it's not really completely gold, as you can tell. Still has some paint from the mold of his own model, but I think that's something to clarify, which would change. Still want to give him lamp irons, not sure what to give him for the lamp irons. Might use like little sticks. Sorry if the camera lighting's too bright, but that's how it is. But I'll probably just figure out a way. If you do, let me know. So this next item is actually a wooden railway model. It's my 1996 Thomas, which has a white running board. His eyebrows that have faded, starting to fade away, but I still look like he's series free. I even gave him a red running board to make him a bit more detailed. That was all that there is. Didn't have the buffers, unfortunately, but I might put them on with a Sharpie marker. And I use the deep red for the buffer beam. Oh, sorry. As I'm showing off with the other engines in this segment. I think that's just a basic modification. I think I might detail them a bit more, but I'll just leave them as that. I don't want to just ruin rare items and add too much detail to them, because that just ruins the style of image simplicity. So the next one is a couple of Mattel engines. This is Mattel Duck. I am least happy about. I've tried to give him a white running board, but it's really tedious to do it. I tried using a cocktail stick. It was kind of hard to do. But I gave him red buffer beam on the back and the front. There was still a bit of red on his front magnet. The white running board has on the side, it is inside of, next to his white running, the inside there and on the inside there. And I tried to avoid getting white on them. It was kind of hard to do. Also, some of the white paint is actually thicker, and as you can tell there are lumps on there, and there's a bit of a white splodge on his body. I need to try and fix that, but if you do know how to, sorry if I can't get my camera lighting to focus properly. Oh well, but I'm pretty sure if I do fix this model again, I might come up with another solution someday, but oh well. So the next one is the Mattel Oliver that has some details added to this. Focus. So I gave him a red buffer beams, and the one thing that's different, you notice, is he has a black running board. Unlike, oh, sorry for the bad lighting. He has, it's not fully coloured in black, but I still need to work on it. Might get a smaller paintbrush or a cocktail stick to fix that. I mean, the areas around his face are hard to avoid because they might tend to get paint on them. It's a common complaint because some people have done customs where they accidentally get paint on the engine's face. That's quite a very rare occasion this has happened. The next one is kind of an interesting one. I'd say the best for last, and this one is the Big City engine, and you'll notice the big difference is his wheels are black, like his real life bases, as they should be. Repainted his roof black. It was originally coloured in by Sharpie, but I didn't think the Sharpie would hold on that well. So also his tender has a red buffer beam, but it's quite a bit too big. I need to like cut off some of the paint, remove some of the paint on this, try to make it a bit more smoother. But the interesting fact is they have wheels both symmetrical. Didn't do the insides, but I just saved them. So I'm trying to get a good focus of this engine. And he's got red buffer beam. However, this buffer beam, it was impossible to accomplish, and I could not do it that well. It kept I kept accidentally getting red on his face. There is a bit of stuff paint on his face, unfortunately. I even gave him black running board as well. Kind of looking at a Railway Series-esque like. I was going to give him a white run like his Taken plate, but I thought, nah, I'll stick with take and play. We'll stick with the black running board because it looks a bit more realistic to these real life bases, but you can tell some of the paint is starting to fade away on this one. And now, the exciting bit of this is we get some trucks now. Here's a Brio tipper truck. Now, there's a bit of a story on this. This truck came from a lot back in 2017, and I had like 3 of these, 2 of the green and these red segments from my childhood, but as I got this one came from the lot, I decided to customize it and give it an idea. So I painted it brown with a black front and back supports, although there's still some green visible, and I even gave it black wheels. Much like a bit of a narrow gauge truck base that I decided to give a go. If I did put a face on it, some of the paint might come off, so I don't tend to do it just yet. Still a bit of red from when I was customizing it. And if I ever wanted to do more of these, if I ever do commissions, well, I don't think I'll ever will, but if I ever did, we'll knows. We'll see what happens. And the last one is a big interesting one. A green truck. There we have we have a lot of grey troublesome trucks and grey trucks in the Tom's Wooden Railway line, but I decided to make a custom of this one green because there haven't been any like trucks painted green. I've never seen. I don't know if there were any like trucks painted green besides a Brio cattle truck and a green cargo car. So I thought I'd customize this blank truck. And before any of you ask, I have here the comparison size. This is the original truck, the brown one, that I added some black lining around that I did last year. The paint is starting to chip off on this, unfortunately. I need to repaint that. And you can tell the underside is unpainted. This truck, I think, still needs some more detail. Like, some of the paint got on the wheels, unfortunately. And on this, on both wheels there, on the chassis there, there's still a little bit visible. I kind of was, like, rushing this a bit, and some of them got covered in a bit. As you can tell, there's a bit of paint on this wheel, as you can tell. Yeah, I like to get some more of these trucks and customize them in colours. I mean, these are just unpainted trucks. This one I got, the brown one came from a charity shop for $1.50. And this green truck, unpainted truck that I customized green, came from in a pack with a red diesel, a blue steam engine and a green coach. Which I'm probably not going to show off right now because they're all in. I might make the red one for a custom Frankie one day in the future. If I do tend to like get more models and stuff, etc. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that quick rambling speed through of the custom show offs. I might try and get everything on set. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit. Anyway, this brown truck was not in the review, so okay, I think that's all on screen, I think. Sorry if I can't fit all of them on the screen. But, that's all I can do. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video with my quick ranting through. I think my best one was actually these 2 trucks, which are kind of my favourite that I did. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe and send your feedback when possible. Take care, guys.